Okay, guys, we'll do a live press conference. We'll do a live press conference in here, and then we'll do a print huddle just outside the room. Just be aware we will translate the first 3 questions just for our Hungarian visitors before moving on. Okay, so who'd like the first question? Nathan, please feel free once everyone is settled. And everyone is ready. Thank you, Nathan.
John, can you describe your emotions when Troy picked up the ball in the half line and what followed?
Just fairly.
No, answer first and then I'll recap.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Sorry.
Very calm because obviously the vein of form he's in, and obviously that was the plan, and hoping to get Troy in those positions if we could. A good structure from obviously a set piece that we were frustrated we lost a goal from, but I think you saw the attitude and application that he had, the desire to get back into this team, into the squad, get back to the hotel, get recovery from. He's obviously been in great form, but it's a frustrating one for him where you're trying to help a team, save a team, and then you don't make it. But your goals were crucial, and from a selfish point of view for Troy, it's so important for his career. And look, he was possibly Sammy. We were having a quick look there. Sammy might have been offside. I think he was too eager to get the ball, maybe. So thankfully it went in.
When the ball went into the back of the net, can you talk about what it means for you to get that first win as manager, and maybe it might mean more long term?
Yeah, look, in terms of the big thing, Nathan, in terms of the feeling of winning a match for your country when you're the manager, after having the moments I've had with Ireland in my career, and then obviously being a young lad born in Waterford, just an incredible feeling, because you have a nervousness about the time of year because of the situation in terms of fitness. Look, I mentioned it, I think it's a key thing that maybe needs to be looked at in terms of having more subs, just in terms of for friendly games, for this situation, in terms of we've had players that have been off 3-4 weeks, and I know you can talk about planning, progressing. It's in terms of it's a tricky period for players like that have been off 3-4 weeks, are shutting down, having to start back up again. So the application of everybody was amazing, and that for me was the most important part, to see the team dig deep, fight certain individuals as well, to dig deep into the reserves, to go out and find a way to win, because we played better against Belgium and Switzerland. We were better with the ball, but what we did tonight was showed an application and a hunger to stay in there, hang in there and create chances. If we had been a bit more streetwise in terms of our fitness and sharpness, we would have created a lot more chances against Hungary in the first half, because we were in really good positions to exploit it, but the detail of our passing was not to the level that it was against Belgium and Switzerland, so that's something to work on.
Another translation.
Szóval a kérdés az volt, hogy hogyan érezte magát akkor, amikor Troy elkezdett a labdával megindulni a kapu felé, és azt mondja, hogy nyugodt voltam, ismerve a formáját, hogy milyen formában volt az utóbbi időben, és az ő attitűdjéhez illetően ez egy nagyon jó válaszlépés volt, és megérdemelte, hogy bekerült a csapatba, és ezt most meg is hálálta. A személyes karrierje szempontjából ez nagyon fontos, és nagyon örültem, amikor bement a labda. A másik kérdés pedig az volt, hogy a hosszú távon az edzőnek, a szövetségkapitánynak mennyire válhat használ ez a győzelem. Azt mondja, hogy nyerni a saját országod csapata élén egy fantasztikus érzés. A karrieremben nehéz pillanatokon voltam túl, úgyhogy tudom, milyen ez, amikor az ember túllendül. Fantasztikus érzés volt, ugye másfelől ott volt az, hogy nagyon idegesek voltunk, hiszen vannak játékosok, akik már 3-4 hete nem játszottak. Ebben a szempontból nagyon jó barátságos mérkőzésen többet is cserélhettünk, bevethettünk több embert, ez nagyon fontos volt. Nem játszottunk olyan jól, mint Belgium és Svájc ellen. A stadion hangulatát kiemelném, és ha egy kicsit fittebbek és éresebbek lettünk volna, akkor az első fél időben több helyzetet alakítottunk volna ki.
I'll be a bit shorter next time.
Don't worry.
Decision to take Duffy and Doherty off at half time, was that based on?
No, it was purely in terms of fitness levels, and obviously Big Duff's picked up a bad knock on his calf as well. Look, they would have been able to continue, but we just felt, as I mentioned, Nathan, in terms of the time of year, we were going to need energy into the team. We were going to need that at early as possible. And obviously, look, Jake and Scales have been doing really well too. It was a tough 11 to pick in terms of where the players are at. Simple as that. And we had to, because I knew all the changes were going to be used, so it was getting the balance right, and I just felt that was going to be needed for the team.
A kérdés arra vonatkozott, hogy a félidőben, amikor lecserélted Dahertit és Duffot, akkor ez teljesítmény miatt történt-e? Azt mondja, hogy abszolút nem. Az egyikük kapott egy rugást a vádliára, és igazából a csapat egyensúly szempontjából ezt tartották helyesnek, hogy így az energiákat jobban tudták, majd később, hiszen tudták, hogy kiket fognak becserélni később, az energiákat itt jobban tudták majd mozgósítani.
Thank you, Zolty. We'll move on just in English now. So, Gavin, thank you.
Hi, Gavin. Thank you.
That you should be the permanent manager?
It's evidence that we're winning games again, which is hugely important at home. When we want to qualify for tournaments, we want to win games, especially at home. That's the foundation for qualifying for tournaments. And against a team that have been on an unbeaten run like they had been, we found a way. Yeah, we can do things better, but the big thing for me was we caused them problems at different stages, and we would have caused them a lot more problems with a bit more care. But Queeveen didn't have too much to do either in terms of, he made I'd say for Queeveen's level, one good save. The rest that would have been, Queeveen might argue with that now, but, he was, and even the one he held from the free kick that kind of moved a bit, just showed his calmness in those situations too. So, we, as I mentioned, performance-wise, we were better against Belgium and Switzerland, but didn't get what we deserved, and we got a win tonight, so that was crucial.
How important is it for that group of players to get a win like that, because very often on the wrong side?
Yeah, exactly, and that's what I said to them beforehand. The mindset was to go and beat Hungary whatever way we could. Yeah, we can, as I mentioned, the details of passing, angles, and purely and simple, when I see the level of detail we put into our passing and structure, in terms of Belgium and Switzerland, I think that's simply down to fitness. The time of year, the game for us. Hungary are preparing for a Euros, very different scenario. If we've obviously had the lads in for a camp away somewhere, you're travelling away, the detail, you're planning and prepping. So the fact, Hungary will cause the teams in the Euros, they'll cause them plenty of problems. They've really talented players. The structure that the manager's got in place was really good, and our intensity as well at times wasn't at the level that I thought it was against Belgium and Switzerland too. So, as I mentioned, it's clear for me the reason why, but the special thing for me was the group won. That's the big thing for me.
Ed Leahy, please.
John, just in terms of stepping up play against a team like that defensively, how difficult was that? Considering it seemed like they were coming at you from all angles and all positions. Was that a difficult thing to get right, and was it a case of a little bit of adjustment?
Yeah, no, we spoke about them not because of their rotations and the freedom they give Szoboszlai and Salai, and it's so important that you don't lose your structure. It's as simple as that. But that's where we had some of our joy in the games against Belgium and Switzerland, for being so good in the structure, and then the details on. We watched a couple of clips back already there. The pictures we're going to be able to show the players tomorrow morning in terms of how Hungary were wide open, and what we'd shown them of the structure they have is blown apart if we maintain our structure, because of their looseness and freedom they have. It's a big strength of theirs, but also a weakness of theirs too. And if our detail on some of the passing was better, we would have exploited it, especially in the first half.
Before the game, you said you were going to pick players who you felt would probably win the game. I suppose struggling at the start of the second half, you made two changes with Troy. Obviously had such an effect, but also Callum Dowda. Not knowing Callum in the second half almost was a kickstart to that.
Yeah. Yeah, I look, in terms of Callum O'Dowda, the personality, the player, he's really impressive because of his ability to float into different positions, but also the athleticism he's got. And if Callum can get a run of fitness into him, you'll see him excel, because he's a really talented player, and I think he'll be important for us going forward. but also for his own career and development, just to keep that belief in himself, because he's got a lot of quality, and in terms of a lad around the place with the players and with staff, you couldn't ask for a better fella too. He's top class.
Huddle just outside the door, guys. Thank you very much.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you, mate.